don't apply directly to the actual matrix, transpose the matrix and apply. So if you apply Gaussian elimination, it is clear that all the three rows are linearly independent, non-zero rows, right? So they are linearly independent. So the three rows of A transpose are nothing but the three columns of A. So hence the three columns are linearly independent. That means these three columns actually form the basis for the column space. Now we are going to convert this into orthonormal basis. I think after this we completed. Taking this as U1, U2, U3. The same three columns you take, or if you want, you can take the reduced three columns. Anything you can take. Take the same columns, three columns, and I think we have proceeded and we have found out the orthonormal basis. Okay. Okay. So here, read this question. Apply the Gram-Smith orthogonalization process to construct an orthonormal basis for the subspace W. W is being spanned by x1, x2, x3 of R power 4, where x1, x2, x3 is given. Okay. So here also they are saying W is being spanned by these three vectors, but they are not mentioning that it is the three vectors are linearly independent. So what you have to do, you have to check whether these three vectors are linearly independent. Then we have to proceed to find what? The orthonormal basis. If they are linearly independent, you can proceed. Otherwise, consider the linearly independent vectors out of it. So that will form a basis for W. Then proceed to find an orthonormal basis. Okay, va? Shall we proceed? Okay, take down this three vectors.
Can I show the question once?
Wait, 1 minute. R power 4 is the string. W is equal to span of x1, x2, x3. 1 minute. Okay. X1 is what?
1 minus 1 minus 1 1.
Okay. The question will be there. Don't worry. Minus 1 minus 1 1. X2 is
2 1 0 1.
Oh, 1 0 1. Thank you. 2 1 0 1. X3 is
2 2 1 2.
2 2 1. Okay. So I need to check whether these three vectors are linearly independent. So what I can do is I will form a matrix out of it. I am taking these three as three rows better, right? 1 minus 1 1, then 2 1 0 1, 2 2 1 2. So can you apply Gaussian elimination? First row, don't disturb. Second row, R2 goes to R2 minus to R1. So 0, 3, 2, 1 minus 2 minus 1. 0, 2 plus 2 4, 1 plus 2 3, 2 minus 2 0. Check whether the procedure is correct, all subtraction, everything correct. Yeah, this is right. Okay. So now I need to make this entry 0. So what you have to do? R3 goes to R3 goes to R3 minus
4 by 3 R2.
Cherry. So here both zeros. So here what will happen? 3 minus 2 into 4 by 3. That is 3 minus 8 by 3. 9 minus 8 by 3 is 1 by 3. Here plus 4 by 3. So anyway, so you can very easily say that the three rows are, and hence the three vectors are linearly independent. Hence, the set x1, x2, x3 forms a basis for W. So basis is okay, but our aim is to find orthonormal basis, right? Shall I give some 2 minutes time? Will you write this?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can we take them as columns also?
But Gaussian elimination we usually apply. So at the end of the Gaussian elimination, you will be able to conclude only the rows are linearly independent. Non-zero rows are there. The number of non-zero rows will be the number of linearly independent things, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For column, you have to go for Gauss Jordan.
Yes, ma'am.
Something more you have to do. Check. Shall I proceed? If you want, even you can look into the question. Apply Gram-Smith orthogonalization process to construct so inner product is not defined here. So that means the inner product is a standard inner product. Okay, we'll proceed now. 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. To find an orthonormal basis for W. Okay, x1 is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Okay, so let me call v1 as the normalized vector. So what is v1? V1 is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1 divided by norm of this vector. So is it easy to say the norm of the vector since it is dot product? What is the norm? What is the norm here? Inner product of the vector with the same. Okay, if you are getting confused, I'll say once again. What is this? Root of inner product of that vector with the same vector. Okay, so what is this?
4, ma'am.
1 into 1 plus just to square each and every term and add. Usual magnitude. So root 4, so 2.
2.
So V1 is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 1 by 2. This is your V1. Check. How to find V2? The second vector which is orthogonal with this, it is nothing but x2 minus inner product of x2 with V1 into V1 divided by norm of x2 minus x2 with V1 into V1. The same vector. Check. So we'll find first x2 minus that numerator. What we'll find? Okay, can anybody help? What is x2?
0 3 2 minus 1.
Lepa, don't go for that. The original vector
2101.
2101. Okay. 2101 minus 2101 comma I think 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 with V1. Correct? Is this right? So that is
Yes, ma'am.
2101 minus inner product of this is 2 into 1 by 2 1 minus 1 by 2, so that is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 0. Hi.
Last one will be plus 1 by 2.
Yes. Plus 1 by 2. Then it won't be 0. Sorry. So 2 minus 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, 1. 1 into V1, V1. So 2, 1, 0, 1 minus V1. V1 is 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2. What is this? 2 minus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. 1 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. 0 plus 1 by 2, 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So now norm of this vector. Shall I write norm directly? What is norm? Root of square of each of the terms and add it. Just square each term. Because dot product, that's the thing happening, right? Plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. 18 plus 2, 20. Root 5.
Ma'am, so norm is every time the square of inner product?
Because here the norm is inner product is dot product. 1 minute. If you want, I'll show why this is happening. But it depends upon what inner product we are choosing. If inner product is not specified, it is Euclidean, standard inner product, that is dot product. 1 minute. This is root of 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, into 3 by 2, 3 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So what is this? Root of 9 by 4 plus 9 by 4. 3 by 2 into 3 by 2, 9 by square only, right? So plus 1 by 4. So dot product actually, norm of a dot product actually denotes actual magnitude. The way you find the magnitude. So it is 9 plus 9, 18 plus 2, 20. 20 by 4, 5, root 5. So, V2 is nothing but this vector divided by root 5. Divided by root 5. 3 by 2 root 5. 3 by 2 root 5. 1 by 2 root 5. 1 by 2 root 5. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Check. We have to find now V3. You should write, right? Take 1 or 2 minutes time, right?
Ma'am, can you show how 1 by 2?
Which 1 by 2?
Ma'am, in the second line.
Cherry. What should I show? I'm not able to understand.
Ma'am, can you show the slide where we did 1 by 2?
Oh, backslide. Okay. This one?
Yes, ma'am.
Cherry. Okay, right. Mita, shall I proceed to the next slide? Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this page is over. Okay, V3 will proceed. So can you say the formula for V3? V3 is first U3 original vector minus U3 with V1. Already two vectors you have created, right? I'm going to convert this U3 as an orthonormal with V1 and V2. So U3 minus U3 with V1 into V1 minus u3 with v2 into v2 and divided by the norm of the sim. Okay. We'll calculate this. What is u3? Two, one. 2212 minus 2212 comma v1 you remember? Okay. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 1 by 2. This with v1 minus u3 again 2212 comma what is v2? 3 by 2 root 5, 3 by 2 root 5, 1 by 2 root 5. Check. 3 by 2 root 5, 3 by 2 root 5, 1 by 2 root 5, 1 by 2 root 5 into v2. 2212. What is this inner product? 2 into 1 by 2, 1. Minus 1, 0, minus 1 by 2, plus 1. So I think it is 1 by 2. Check it, this inner product value.
Yes, ma'am, 1 by 2.
1 by 2. So it is 1 by 2 into V1. Okay, what is V1? Again, the same thing. Okay, again this inner product.
Ma'am, 15 by 2 root 5.
Yes, beta. What is this value? 6 by root 5. 6 by root 5. So 12 by root 5. 12 by root 5 plus 1 by root 5. 13 by root 5 plus 14 by root 5. 14 by 2 root 5. 6 by root 5. That is 3 by root 5. 3 by root 5. Plus 1 by 1 minute. 3 by root 5 plus 3 by root 5 plus 1 by 2 root 5.
Ma'am, it is plus half, ma'am, not minus half. Like 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2.
Where? Which one?
Last statement, ma'am.
Last step. Here plus 1. 2 root 5 LCM, 6 plus 6, 12. 12 plus 1, 13. 13 plus 2, 15. 15 by root 5, 15 by root 5 is how much? 3 root 5. So 3 root 5
15 by 2 root 5.
Oh. Yes. So it should be 3 by 2 root 5,
Yes, ma'am.
Check 1 by 2. So carefully you have to evaluate. 2 minus 1 by 4. Can you please evaluate this and say? Here also I wrote wrong. 1 minute. Okay. Please evaluate this and say. 2 minus 1 by 4. What is 2 minus 1 by 4? 7 by 4. And here root 5 cancels, minus 9 by 4. 2 minus 1 by 4. Root 5 cancels, minus 9 by 4. Minus 2 by 4, minus 1 by 2. Okay, similarly evaluate the other three terms. Please do it. Second term. All are sleeping. Second term. Again 2 plus 1 by 4. Minus 9 by 4.
9 by 4, ma'am.
What is this? I think 0.
Yes, ma'am, 0.
Third term.
Ma'am, 1 by 2.
1 by 2. Okay. Third one. Fourth one.
Fourth one is 1.
How much? 1.
1.
Okay. Okay, shall we check? Minus 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2, 1. Oh, it is not given, huh? No, that part is not there. Yes, correct. Very simple, yeah. Check each of the vectors. This is orthonormal. Modulus is 1, check. 1 by 4. But this is not orthonormal. Hey, minus 1 by 2 is 1 minute. We'll check. That should not be any mistake. What is the modulus of the second vector? Is this correct? Nine by 4 into 5. Square panna 9 by 4, 5 into 2 plus 1 by 4 into 5, 1 by 4 into 5. So 2 into 4 into 5. So it is 20. 18 plus 2, 20. Correct. This modulus of this vector is 1. But for V3 it is not coming, it is not turning out to be 1.
Ma'am, last one should be 3 by 2, I think.
Ah.
Not 1.
Better check whether this is 3 by 2, last one. Okay, I'll do once. 2 minus 1 by 4 minus 3 by 4.
No, ma'am, it should be 1 only.
1 only.
Ma'am, it should be 1 only.
But the thing is, this is... Oh, we have not divided this by its modulus, right? Correct only, sorry. We have just evaluated. We need to divide this by its modulus, right? Then only it becomes 1. Sorry. Okay. So something is left over still. Okay. Minus 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2, 1. Sorry, beta. That girl said correctly. Okay. V3 is equal to now minus 1 by 2, 0, 1 by 2. 1 by 2 comma 1 divided by norm of this vector. Okay, what is the norm of this vector?
Ma'am, 1 minus 1 by root 6, 0, 1 by root 6 and 2 by root 6.
Root 6,
Ma'am, it's actually root 6 by 2.
Yeah, 1 minute. Root 6 by 2, correct. Who is this? Hello? Madam G.
Ma'am, Anika.
Okay, beta.
Root 6.
Is this correct? Yes. Now the modulus of this vector is 1. It's a unit vector. Correct. So V1, V2, V3, it forms an orthonormal basis. Initially x1, x2, x3 was a basis for W. Now we have converted that into an orthonormal basis. Correct. Shall we proceed? Next.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll see later. Take down this question, example 2. Here the inner product is not the usual inner product. It is integration. Use the Gram-Smith orthogonalization process to take the linearly independent set of vectors 1, x from P1 of R and form an orthonormal basis of P1 of R. Check. Okay. For P1 of R, we are finding orthonormal basis. One comma x is a basis. But inner product is defined differently here. Inner product of f comma g is integral 0 to 1 f of x g of x dx. Right? Yes. So here they have taken p of x q of x, no problem. So what I do is we have to convert this into a orthonormal basis, right? So the question is to find an orthonormal basis for P1 of R under the above defined inner product. Okay. So let me take F1 as 1, F2 as x. Okay. So I am going to convert this into G1, G2. This is usual basis. I'm going to convert this into orthonormal basis. Sorry. What is G1 then? G1 is F1 divided by norm of F1. F1 is 1. 1 divided by norm of F1. What is norm of F1? Root of inner product of F1 with F1. Is this point clear? Hello?
Yes,
Clear?
ma'am.
It's not the standard product. Here you have to be careful. So it should be 0 to 1 F1 into dx square root of that. So can you please integrate and tell the value? 1 1 into 1 dx on integration x, so 0 to 1 1, square root of that is also 1. So finally G1 is 1. There is no change in that. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Shall we find G2 now? So can you define G2? What should be G2? G2 is F2 minus inner product of F2 with G1 into G1 divided by norm of the above. Because this numerator creates a vector, this is a vector which is orthogonal with G1. But I need orthonormal also, so I am dividing that by its modulus. Okay, tell me what is inner product of F2 comma G1? Integral 0 to 1 F2 of x G1 of x dx. So what is F2? X. G1 is 1. So x dx on integration x square by 2, substituting the limits, it is 1 by 2. Correct? So F2 minus inner product of F2 comma G1 into G1 is F2 is x minus this inner product value is 1 by 2. G1 is also 1 by 2. Okay. So now I want to find the norm of this. Yeah, am I going fast? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's
What
clear.
is this norm? It is root of inner product of.
Now is it x minus 1 or x into 1?
Where pa? Which one? Which one?
Integral.
1 minute. 1 minute. X into 1 pa. X into 1. So it should be inner product of x minus half into x minus half. Root of. So root of integral 0 to 1 x minus half the whole square dx. Can you find this? X minus half the whole square on integration, x minus half the whole cube by 3. So if you substitute 1 minus half cube, that is 1 by 8 by 3, 1 by 24. Lazy people, tell me. First 1 you substitute. Lower limit, substitute 0. 0 na minus 1 by 2 the whole cube. So minus 1 by 8 divided by. So 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8. 1 by 4. 1 by 4 by 3. So 1 by 12. So what is root of 1 by 12? 1 by 2 root 3. So what is G2? Shall I write it here directly? X minus half divided by 1 by 2 root 3. That is G2. That is, yeah. Root 3 into 2x minus 1. I think so. This is your G2. Check it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that's all. 1 comma x is being converted into 1 comma root 3 into 2x minus 1. Modulus norm of G2 will be 1. But you have to use the proper definition and check whether its modulus is 1. The norm is 1. Shall we proceed? This is clear? So maybe in the tutorial session, when do we have? Friday, right? So Friday I'll bring some questions from QR factorization and in this. So in module 6, only 2 topics are there. One is QR factorization, orthogonal projection already completed, and least square approximation. So after completing QR factorization tomorrow, QR factorization and Gram-Smith together we can have for tutorial on Friday. Then Monday I'll start least square approximation. Monday. Then I'll go to 7th module. Check. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Clear? Haan.
Ma'am, ma'am, could you go to that last slide?
Yes, Pa. Tell me.
Ma'am, here I did not understand how root 1 by 12 came. Are we expanding the whole thing and checking with the limits?
Yes. You evaluate it, you will get this. 1 by 12.
Okay, ma'am.
Now
I
how
was
to integrate, right?
Yes, ma'am. How to integrate? I was getting some other answers, so I can. Okay, ma'am. I'll look into the calculation.
Look into. See, simple, yeah. 0 to 1. Suppose ax plus b the whole square. If you have integration of this will be ax plus b the whole cube divided by
3.
3 and also a. but A is 1 here. So that's what simply x minus 1 by 2 the whole cube divided by 3. And then substitute the limits. Now clear, huh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, please take down this problem 5.11, orthogonal projection. V is equal to P3 of R. This won't take much time, 5 minutes maximum. The vector space of polynomials. Okay. I think W be the subspace of V spanned by 1 comma X. This is already we done. The same inner product. Okay. Taken down the question. First let me explain the question. I think then only you can understand. So I am going back to this. Projection, I think I showed you a formula yesterday. Read this lemma. Let U be a subspace of an inner product space V. And let U1, U2, etc. UM be an orthonormal basis for U. Then, see, very important, yeah, V is a bigger space. U is a subspace of that. This has an orthonormal basis. Okay, and I am considering any vector X from this. Okay, so if you project X on U, what is that projection? That will be a vector, right? What will be that vector? That is given by projection of X along U is inner product of X with U1 into U1, X with U2 into U2, like that. Please do just, okay, take this formula, try to read once or twice so that we can apply that in that problem. Okay, so we'll go back to that question. Let V equal to P3 of R, the vector space of polynomials. That is the bigger space, right? And your U is nothing but, W is nothing but subspace of V spanned by 1 comma X. So you know very well 1 comma X linearly independent, so it forms a basis. But we need orthonormal basis. Then only we can find the projection. Okay, check 1 minute. Taken down the question. What is V? P3 of R. P3 of R is a set of all polynomials of degree less than or equal to 3 and coefficients from real numbers. Right? And W is a subspace of V spanned by 1 comma X. So what is the inner product defined on V? So whatever inner product you define on V, the same inner product you have to take it for the subspace also, right? So inner product of F comma G is integral 0 to 1 F G dx for all F comma G in V. Okay, so the vectors 1 comma X are linearly independent. Correct? Are linearly independent. Hey, my aim is I have to find the orthonormal basis for W. But they have given only the spanning set of vectors. So first we need to check whether they are linearly independent. Then it forms a basis. Then we have to find the orthonormal basis. Orthonormal basis, of course, we need not do because already we have done this problem. Just now we completed. Linearly independent, and hence the set, this is a basis for W. Okay. So let me give some to convert 1 comma x into an orthonormal basis. Orthonormal basis. Okay. So already we have done under same inner product only we used, right, just now. See, same thing, 1 comma x. Hello? Same thing we did, right?
Yes, yes.
Same inner product, 0 to 1. So we need not do this, we can make use of that. So I'll write already completed. Tell me what is a orthonormal basis? Oh, you don't sleep here. Tell me orthonormal basis.
1.
1 comma root 3 into 2x minus 1. People.
Yes, ma'am. Root 3 into 2x minus 1.
Ma'am, how?
We did.
We completed this question, yeah? Just now we did, right? Same, see, 1 minute here. Hey, read this question here. W is a subspace. W is spanned by 1 comma x. That means it is also linearly independent. So 1 comma x is a basis. It is a basis for what? P1 of R. So I need to convert this basis into orthonormal basis. Under this inner product, we have done this conversion of this basis into orthonormal. So I'm making use of that. I'm not calculating it again. Clear? Check. Okay. So let me call this as F1, F2, G2 shall I call? This is F2. G2 is root 3 into 2x minus 1. This is F1, this is G1. Okay. So what is the projection? Which vector they are asking us to project? Fx square. To find the projection of f of x equal to x square on u. Okay, u or w what? W. Right? So projection of x square along w is, now we'll use the formula. What is the formula? Do you remember? X, that vector, inner product of that vector, which each of the orthonormal basis. Right? So here only 2 things. So very easy to do. So 1 minute, 1 minute. So this is inner product of x square with the first vector. Okay, I'll write the formula first. I think then you won't get confused. First formula, then we'll substitute. F, this is F, right? F with V1 into V1 plus F with V2 into V2. V2 what name we have given? After converting into orthonormal basis, F2 G2. So that means you are not at all listening, sleeping. Okay, what is F? X square with F2. F2 is 1 into 1 plus F1, F again, x square into G2 is root 3 into 2x minus 1 again with G2. So what is inner product of x square comma 1? It is integral 0 to 1 x square into 1 into dx. So it is 1 by 3. What is inner product of x square comma root 3 into 2x minus 1? It is inner product. It is 0 to 1 x square into root 3 into 2x minus 1. Okay. So please evaluate this integral and say root 3 I'll take outside. 2x cube. So it should be 2x power 4 by 4. Minus x square. So minus x square. 2 by 4. 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3. 1 by 6, root 3 by 6. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the projection? Projection of x square on W is first inner product of x square comma 1 is 1 by 3. 1 by 3 into 1 plus 3 by 6 into what is G2? Root 3 into 2x minus 1. 1 by 3. Root 3 into 3, 3. 1 by 2 again. Okay, simplify this. X, 1 by 2 into 2x, x. 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2. What is 1 by 3 minus 1 by 2? 1 by minus 1 by 6. So, it is 6x minus 1 by 6. That is the vector if you project it along W. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think I should stop here. Time is already up.